Today I'm doing something really quite unusual and really rather nice. It's a bit complicated, but the ingredients are very simple. It comes from Chicago. It's a very famous chicken thigh dish, and these are the chicken thighs. They've been washed, they've been dried. I'm going to cover them generously in salt, and then I will put some pepper on them. And I've got some potato here. They've been peeled and cut in half. I have a big pile of garlic cloves. They're actually 8 and they're big ones. And then I've got 2 extras over here. I've got the juice of 1 lemon. And apart from the wine, which is, well, it's supposed to be a glass and a half, 2 glasses. So it's quite a lot of wine. That's your ingredients. And this is a really rather lovely dish. So I'm taking a roasting tray and I'm putting it with a flame underneath. And I'm going to lay these upside down. You can hear it's quite a high heat. And the idea is that these skins end up truly crispy. It's been lightly oiled, but that's all. And we're just going to let them sit there. I'm going to give them probably 3 minutes. Then I'm going to put some herbs on them and other things happen. You can see the fat is starting to come out of the chicken skins. And we need that fat out of the chicken skins. I'm moving them around to stop them sticking. And now I'm going to salt and pepper them. Now I'm just going to show you that they are going brown. They've got a long way to go. But we've also got some fat out. And that's what we're going to now use for our potatoes. We haven't got much space for our potatoes. I don't have a big enough pan. Now I'm going to give them another 6 minutes, which is quite a long time really. You can see the fat's coming out nicely, can't you? The more the fat comes out, the crispier the skin will go. Most of the cooking takes place on the open flame, but we have to make the lovely sauce as well, and that really happens in the oven. Yeah, they've got a long way to go yet. I don't know whether you can see the fat that's coming out of these. The oven, the cooker, it slopes that way, so that's why I've turned them round. If you had a very large pan with the 2 lights, it wouldn't take you any more effort to make it for a family of 12 for a big banquet. Or put a big pan over, or 2 pans. It lends itself to large family special meals. Now while this is still doing, I'm going to take my lemon juice and I'm going to grate 2 of these and pop it straight into the lemon juice. I've explained before that there's an enzyme in garlic that is neutralized by the strong acid of lemon juice. And that's what makes it burn on your tongue, the effect of the enzyme. If you very quickly plunge it into an acid, you get the potent, lively flavour of fresh garlic, but you don't get the burn on your tongue, which is exactly what we want for this particular sauce. So it just sits there to be used later. Let's just have a look. They're starting to brown. They're not brown enough. So we're going to give it a little bit longer And you can see it's browning all over now. That's looking very good. I'm going to give it another 3 minutes, which will give it a full 12 minutes. And we'll see whether we can't get it a little bit browner still. That's looking quite good, isn't it? Beautifully browned. The reason some of it is cooking faster than others is because the heat isn't moving through the metal fast enough. This is a function of it being stainless steel, not something that conducts well like a metal like an iron or aluminium. Something that distributes the heat would work a lot better, but I don't have anything. Everything I have is too small for this purpose. Now we're turning everything over. We're going to add the cloves of garlic that are left. We're going to add oregano, a generous quantity of oregano, and less of the thyme. And that is your spices finished. Okay, we're going to give it another 3 or 4 minutes, and then we're adding the wine. And then we're popping it into a hot oven, 180, maybe 200 if you don't have a very hot oven. This cooks fast and hard, so 180 fan. And once it has this in there, because I've got all of the crispy sides upwards, this will produce a nice sauce, and it will cook, but it will not spoil your crispiness. And we'll put that in there for 20 minutes. It does already smell good, doesn't it? It does. It's a very pretty dish. Right. I'm taking the wine, and I'm not going to make them wet on the top. I'm just going to try dribbling them into the side. Turn the flame up, bring it up to a nice boil, and oh, doesn't it smell good? It's a very simple dish, and it's not very expensive, really. Cheap cuts of meat and potatoes, and if we'd had more space we could have put more potatoes in. And we now time this for 20 minutes. This we don't put in the oven. This is to bring out the zesty light highlights of the sauce at the very, very end. This does not cook. Not really. It's been the full 20 minutes. And that looks rather good. But it's not finished. This is where the magic happens. Now, oh, sorry. First magic trick to go wrong, yes. I just want to show you that these are tender. So look, they just go in, straight in. And look how tender the chicken is. That's a bone. It just goes straight through. So that's what you're looking for. Okay, now, what we want to do, we want to lift out our chicken. This is a hot plate because I've already heated it up. There's our chicken. There's our crispy chicken. And we want to lift the potatoes. It's very satisfying when it looks so good, isn't it? Lift the last 2 potatoes out. Now what I want to do, I want to take these out and crush them. So all of the garlic at this point comes out. It's tender, it's soft, and we put that down along with this. And we put the heat on this on maximum because we want to reduce it. Now I'm just taking a fork and you can see it just mushes. It's soft, they're all soft. It's the consistency of a soft potato. Now what this is going to do, apart from add the flavour, is it goes back into the pan and makes it creamy. Gives it a feel of creaminess. It sort of helps the emulsification. So we put this back into the pan. And we take a nice wooden spoon. I've turned off the heat. You can see that it's thickened somewhat. Now's the moment for this magic ingredient. We pop this in. And we bring it back to the boil. That's it. You now have your sauce. So I'm going to pick this up and very carefully I'm going to pour it onto the dish. Not make the surfaces wet, but just lift it and pour this onto the dish. That smells very good. The lemon juice just brightens the flavour. It adds a lot of the zest that otherwise wouldn't be there. And there you are. You've got your sauce and you've got your chicken, and that's a pretty good dish. Now this is served in restaurants, and anybody who's visited Chicago will have been advised, well, that's the local dish. And I think that it's a local dish because it's probably from the very south of Italy. I haven't investigated, but those are your standard ingredients for southern Italy. So I think that's what it is. And it tastes very, very good. Humble ingredients, elevated to restaurant quality. That's worth all the faffing about, isn't it? Changes a very humble piece of cheap chicken into something quite sublime. And the sauce is, it's the acid. It goes so well with the crunch. The crispy skin is just so perfectly in tune with the, with the lemony sauce. And then you've got in the background the herbs, the garlic. It is very nice, isn't it? It was just time consuming. It wasn't difficult really, was it? But worth it, yes. Very much worth it. And it's pretty impressive, isn't it? But the chicken is so tender, isn't it? Amazingly tender.